How are you, pal? Did you watch it? Did you watch the game? How was it for you?
Yeah, I did. It was. Listen, I found it a bit more of an optimistic performance than the first game, which was just defensively was just shocking. But I mean, today I thought we were a bit more organised. They scored a bit of a worldie, really. Other than that sort of chance, they had half chances and stuff that was reasonably well worked. But overall, we looked quite assured in defence. And then when Bentancur and Kulusevski came on, for that sort of 10 minutes or so, when we had Sonny on the pitch and Harry and those two, I mean, it was just a different game, wasn't it? It's the routines that they were putting together, the movement and everything else. I mean, was just fresh. It was good. It was like I said, I found it more optimistic than the first game, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And can you see a system sort of coming together or being refined based on what was going on last season?
I think in order to see that, you're going to need to see really Richarlison come into the fray a little bit more. I still think he's just finding his way slightly. You just get that you see flashes of what he can do and how he can help. But I think that element is going to take a bit of time. ROMERO is looking good. The Lucas Moura switching into right wing back, I really want that to work. I mean, I've got a lot of time for Lucas, and the more that we can sort of integrate him and keep him within the side positively, I think will only help. I mean, his personality and his optimism around the squad is great. So I've got a lot of time for him, and just hoping that can work. Even having said that, though, I think that Emerson's contribution has been pretty good so far as well, from what I've seen. Bit disappointed with Cesc today. I think he had opportunities to take his man on. Chose to make the pass instead of doing it, which is, I dare say, is probably instructions from the bench, to be honest. So I don't want to be too harsh on him. And again, Doherty as left wing back. In flashes, pretty good, but again, sometimes you could see that it's not his natural position.
Were you surprised at Lucas being brought in at right wing back? Because when the team sheet came out, I thought it was just his name had been placed in the wrong position at first. Were you surprised when you saw that?
No, because they pushed him back there in the first game, and I think that it's where Conte wanted to play Bergwijn or wanted to try to use Bergwijn. So had Bergwijn having gone now, I think it's his next option to try and to get that element of pace and creativity through that position. You're going to struggle to get Lucas now with Richarlison playing on the right. I mean, if you look at him sort of being that right-sided player, either in the right of midfield, I just don't think he's going to fit. I think right wing back is the natural progression for him. If I'm honest, I can see what Conte's trying to do. He's not the long-term solution. I think potentially Jed Spence may be looked as the long-term solution, but with the consideration that Doherty is now 30 going on 31, and Emerson is not really by definition a wing back. He's sort of more of a natural right back. Defending is what's going to be his forte. I can see where Conte is going with this. He's going to want cover. He's going to want different combinations and permutations of what he can do. So overly, no, I'm really not surprised he's been given that position today.
Okay. One of the key sort of parts of our transfer activity this summer has been the signing of Bissouma. and Skip has now returned. So we've got, like, at the moment, touch wood, the full complement of central midfielders. Who do you see being, if there is one, do you see there being a default midfield pairing? And if so, who do you see which two players do you see being the default pairing if we do have one?
I'm not sure that's where he's heading towards. When I say Conte, I think his whole philosophy on this is that there is no set 11. I don't think he's looking for a default. I think what he's looking for is a formula that will work against the team and the ability to switch if he's not able to do that. And I think that part of that is Skip playing with Højbjerg, and part of it is Bentancur. And Bentancur will certainly link up play far better than either Højbjerg or Skip at the moment. Whether Skip acquires that skill by getting to know his teammates and just finding his way, we'll wait to see. But for the time being, I mean, you could just see the play linking up far better when Bentancur came on. So I think, if looking at that team at the moment, if I was to say a default, I would probably still say Bentancur would need to keep his place, and Højbjerg and Skip would be the ones that would potentially alternate depending on the game that we're playing. Again, I think Skip was slightly off the pace today, if I'm honest. He had a far better game, I think, in the first, and I was quite impressed with him actually in that first game. In this one, he just seemed slightly sort of a yard off and just a little bit sort of disjointed. But I think that's partly Sevilla. Sevilla were playing very well in midfield. I think they kept the ball quite well until Bentancur came on. So listen, it was a good run out, but I think the formula will be for Conte: just don't feel comfortable in your positions. You're going to have to fight for them, and it's quite refreshing at Spurs that being the case.
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. Nick, anything you wanted to raise?
No. Just good to see you, George, coming back on. Yeah. And hopefully we can go on to Rangers next week with a bit more verve and a bit more.
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't know. I can't even think of the word.
A bit more energy, I think.
That's
bit
the
more
word.
energy.
Bit
Where is Rusty as the squad?
Yeah.
Was there anything else, George, that sort of that stood out for you in that match? Anything that you sort of felt that was good, that was bad? Obviously, I mean, I've been at pains to sort of say it is a pre-season friendly. It is essentially just a training session. But was there anything that stood out for you from that?
I think certainly we're still in need of a creative midfielder. I think again the hope is that Longley, when he comes in, is going to be able to make that creativity from the back. That's his strength. But I still think we need a player that is going to be able to create more from midfield. I mean, where we have Bentancur, he will take the ball, he will keep the ball, he will work hard for you. He will put those passes together. The pass and move sort of in sort of that a ball player sort of mode. But I don't think you're going to get that through ball from him unless he's very advanced up the pitch, sort of out, just outside the box, and you've got sort of several players, several combinations sort of coming in. I think we still need someone in that Eriksen mold, if I'm honest. I'm not saying Eriksen would have been that player, but somebody in that mold who's going to be able to get that ball, put his foot on it and ping it out, either to Richarlison, Kulusevski, even assessing on if he's running on. So if I look at both those games, I think that's the sort of key to the next player if we're going to try and bring them on board. I've heard rumours of Maddison over the last couple of days, but I was watching Brian Daigle, and my understanding is that Tottenham aren't his favourite club. So whether that happens or not is a sort of is something that we'll find out, I guess, over the next week or so. But Maddison would be perfect. I mean, he's English, homegrown. He's got a very good eye for a through ball, creativity, set piece play. Could well be the missing link. So let's wait and see. Or at the moment, I don't think we're sort of linked with anybody within that sort of frame, really, unless I've missed something over the last couple of days.
Yeah, still work to be done.
Yeah, definitely, but headed in the right direction. Look, that Sevilla team today was a team that finished top 4 in the Spanish league and sort of, are a good group of players. So let's not sort of sniff a 1-0, a 1-1 result in that game. We had our opportunities, we had our chances, but I'm quietly content. I think quietly content.
Excellent.
Yeah,
excellent. I think it's a good summation.
Yeah,
quietly content.
Quietly content. I think that's right, George. George, go and get a cold drink, a beer, a water, or whatever is your tipple. Try and stay cool in this heat. It's been a pleasure to speak with you again, and hopefully we'll see you soon in the flesh.
Likewise, gents, and take care. Have a good week. Stay safe, and come on, you Spurs.
Big up to George. Thanks very much.